Hi, it's Holly Souter, Outreach Coordinator for Geauga Park District with another backyard nature craft for you. Today we're going to make nature sun catchers. Just a pretty thing to hang in the window to capture some of the beauty of what we're seeing outside. What you're going to need for these is some clear contact paper, some scissors, a paper punch, something round, and a pen, some string or ribbon, and some lovely natural objects. So what you're going to do first is you're going to cut your contact paper into two little squares, a little bit bigger than the circle or shape that you want to make. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my pen and I'm just going to do a light circle on the contact paper. This is just a reference point for me to know where to place my natural objects. Okay? Then, this was curling up a little bit, so I'm going to try and roll it the other way. Then I'm going to peel the back of the paper off. Sometimes it's easier to like stretch it a little till that paper rips. There we go. To peel that backing off, okay? Now you can kind of see my circle. So I'm going to lay that down sticky side up. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some of the natural objects. I'm going to put them upside down so that the front is sticking down. So I really like this crab apple. My crab apple is blooming. I like those little leaves that I have there. And I like some of this pretty pink flower that's off my Mother's Day flower basket. And this bloom fell off. So I'm going to start with that in the center. I'm going to break off that stem. I'm going to stick this right in the center. Now you can arrange this however you want. With this one I followed kind of a mandala pattern, which is a repetitive symmetrical pattern of nature or anything if you're drawing. But this one I kind of just went a little more random. There is some symmetry to it. You can do it however you want. It also doesn't have to be a circle. I just made them in circles. So there I have my first leaf down. I'm going to get some of these little petals from the crab apple tree. I'm going to lay these in. I'm doing them upside down. I kind of tend towards a symmetrical pattern anyway, I guess. Another one here. Now, if you don't have contact paper, you could do this with some clear packing tape. Just lay a couple of strips down side by side and glue your things on and then put another layer of tape on top and then cut your shape out. But our stores are starting to open up again and you might be able to get out and find some clear contact paper. This had been in my basement for a while and it's not super sticky. I suspect that this might be more of a book cover material. So it's designed to cover a textbook from school and then maybe easy to peel off. Regular contact paper might be a little bit more sticky and then hold a little more. And then I've got some blue, this pretty blue. This is forget-me-not that's growing in the front yard. I'm going to put a little of that in there too because I like that little punch of color. See, I'm kind of doing a symmetrical pattern without even realizing it. I guess my crafty brain just kind of likes symmetry. I'm going to do another one right there. Okay, so I like that pattern. Now I'm going to take my other piece of contact paper and I'm going to get that paper backing off of that, okay? And I'm going to stick that directly over what I just glued down, okay? I'm going to smooth that out best I can. And the two pieces stick to each other. There we go. Now I'm going to come in with my scissors and I'm going to cut out that circle. Now you could, like I said earlier, you could make this any shape you wanted. Maybe you wanted to make it a little square. put it in a little picture frame. I just chose to do a circle. Okay, and there we have it. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to take my paper punch and I'm going to decide which is the top. I think right here looks like a good top. I'm going to put a little punch in. And I'm going to take a little bit of my pink twine here. I like this pretty colored string. And get it through that hole. This might be part of the hardest part. Getting this thick string through the little hole. There we go. And I'm just going to tie this off. And there we have it. You can hang that from my window. Or I didn't even have to put a string. I could have just taped this to the window. Maybe all three of these, or a pattern across your window, so when the sun shines through, you'll see all that pretty nature. Another thing you could do with this project idea is I made this nature bookmark. It's the same idea. I took 2 pieces of contact paper. Instead of it being a circle, it's a long skinny rectangle, and I laid out the pieces that I want on there. Then I came in with a piece of blue paper. It could be any color. I just had some blue scraps. And then you stick this down over your natural objects, and then you peel off your second piece and glue that on. You wedge the 2 together and then trim around it. And there you have a lovely bookmark to capture some of the nature that we're seeing outside. I hope this is brings in some of the pretty nature that we're seeing outside now that things are starting to green up and starting to bloom again. And I hope this is something you want to try in your own backyard. I hope this is fun and have a great day. Thanks.